Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Coffee with C. Today's Thursday. Oh my goodness, we've just about made it through our second week in this series. And today we're going to focus on protect your peace, protect your progress. Boundaries actually equal success insurance, if you will. I remember when I first was self employed and I worked from home a lot. And it's funny, family, friends, people who have never been self employed, if you are at home and you work from home, for some reason they feel like you're not working, right? And so I had to set boundaries. And my husband knew if I was in my office at home, I wasn't to be disturbed. Now, that doesn't mean that if he needed me or needed something, he couldn't come and, um, let me know. But he knew I was working. It's like the emotional reaction to somebody being at home is they're at home. And so I've always had a designated area for a office at home because of that. And I can shut the door. I mean, it's good for me as well. You have to set your own boundaries as well for yourself. um Sometimes you just got to shut the door and it's done. Now, I learned many years ago, people think I'm crazy, but my phones do not ring. They do not have any notifications, at least audible notifications that break my concentration or focus on whatever I'm doing. And, you know, one would say, you need to answer your phone. Well, I understand that if I am in working mode and I am in the mode where I can be disturbed, my phone is sitting there, and if it rings, it lights up and I'll answer it. But you we live in a world that's noisy, don't we? Very, very noisy. And so you need to shut that off, because if you don't, you're constantly interrupted, and your production or your creativity and your growing and being successful is going to be hindered big time. For me, I have an issue with focus anyway. It just is what it is. So I have to do things like this to make sure that I stay focused and on track with whatever I'm doing. I will wander without even realizing I'm wandering. So I know all too well that I have to work hard to stay focused, because that's what I want. It's not that I don't want to be focused. I absolutely know I need to be focused. When I stay focused, man, amazing things happen and I produce amazing things. And I'll sometimes go back and listen to something that I said and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Where'd that come from? When you're focused and you're allowing your subconscious, your whole being to be focused on what you're creating, it's like you go into this different dimension, and the creative juices are amazing, amazing. So remember that. Set those boundaries. Learn to protect your time. Protect that time when you're actually in that mode of being creative. Okay, it's important. And then make sure that not everyone gets access to your energy. It's important. Like, you know sometimes I'll have a customer calling me, and I know what it's about, and I know I'm not in the right frame of mind, because number one, they're going to steal my energy, not because that's what their intention is, but because I know where my frame of mind is at that very moment. And so sometimes you just need to take a deep breath and get back to it shortly. you know Make sure your mind is calm, make sure you're in the right space, take a deep breath, and then return that call and take care of business. But sometimes you shouldn't answer the phone. Sometimes that will be worse than if you just called them back in an hour or two. So protect your energy. It's important, and in regards to protection, you're actually protecting not only your energy, but also your work time, your rest, your mental space. All of those things is what I'm really talking about. All of it. You know, we know what we need. You know what you need, and when you're self-employed, you can protect that. You can protect that in other ways as well, even if you're not self-employed. But sometimes others dictate you know, what you need to be doing at a specific moment. That's why I love being self employed, honestly. It's actually more work. I work more as a self employed person than I ever did as an hourly person, but it's on my time. And I am able to be the most productive because I make sure that I am doing those things that need that specific attention when I'm best in that mindset, if that makes sense at all. Hopefully that does. Hopefully I'm, relaying properly, just, how that works. I've worked hard on learning and educating myself in regards to all of these things. I mean, you need to go throughout your day with intention, but you also need to be the observer of yourself. Sometimes you learn so much more about yourself, and whenever I'm saying, don't answer the phone call of somebody that you're not in the right mind frame of mind to tackle properly. You learn these things about yourself if you are the observer. So yeah, didn't happen overnight, but practice, 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 and just stopping and sometimes asking yourself, if you react to a situation and afterwards you go, whoa, where did that come from? Deep Do a deep dive into it, see what's going on. You'll figure it out. And sometimes you're just having a bad moment. Too many things, for me, too many things hit me at the same time, and that's when I'm at my worst. And I have to talk to myself. I have to tell myself, listen, one thing at a time. What's most important? Let's do that. And then we'll move on to the next thing. Because when you're self employed and you're the only person doing the work and you have pretty big book of business, sometimes too many things can come in at the same time. That's okay. You will learn, or you'll learn how to get through it and maneuver it. It's always going to be stressful, I feel. Although I work really hard, taking a deep breath, sitting back, and just saying, okay, which one of these do I need to tackle first, and then just do it. And there's that book, Eat the Frog. I want to, I can't remember exactly who wrote it. I'll have to look it up. I want to say Brian Tracy, but maybe not. Sometimes, I will put something off to even the next day, but I put it off to the next day to be done first thing in the morning. So the things that you dislike the most, sometimes you need to just get those done first thing, so then you can be more productive the rest of the day. Because if you don't, what happens? You're worrying about it all day and you're not present for the other things that you could be very productive with. All right, so enough of my jabbering. Today, our affirmation is, I protect my peace so I can protect my progress. Write it down. You know the drill. Put it somewhere where you can see it. Really feel it. Believe it. And I'll see you tomorrow.